Procurement function can add a lot of value if it is managed strategically. In this video, we'll see a practical example of how can this be achieved. We all know that it's much easier to manage cost if the costs are managed or costs are incurred or addressed at the upstream point rather than downstream. There are so many reasons behind this notion. However, some of the major ones are the fact that the earlier involvement usually will get you a better price. Usually procurement knows a lot more about markets, so they can bring in a lot more value to the stakeholders at an earlier stage. Procurement can also identify the risk the supplier is carrying so that it's much easier to manage things upfront rather than downstream. There is a possibility of having fast execution of the overall cycle time because procurement is already involved at stage one. Negotiations haven't been done yet, so suppliers negotiation stage can be set and procurement can get a better deal. Also, procurement is in a position to standardize things rather than reinventing the wheel again and again. There's another important aspect here, which is there is a less friction between the users as well as procurement, because since procurement is already involved upstream, there is less chances that procurement will ask more questions for this particular purchase over and over again. As well as procurement is in a position to fight any unethical tactics that suppliers may propose. Let's take an example. Here you can see a grid which is driven by cost as well as time. On the time side, you see upstream as well as downstream time. Upstream means need definition, and downstream means the time that you're involved at setting up phase or maybe at the production or execution stage. On the cost side, you can see that costs are escalating from bottom to the top. The red line shows you here the expenses that are being incurred in the project, as well as green line is showing you the overall cost of the decisions that are made within this project. And this purple curve is showing you the procurement savings or potential procurement savings. Let's take up one example where procurement is involved at production stage. Now you can see that at this point in time, we have probably missed the boat. The expenses have shot up to this level, and the overall cost generated during this project for those decisions have really gone up. So if you can plot that thing on the x-axis, on the y-axis, you can see that the procurement savings or the potential savings of procurement probably is only 5%. Now take another example where procurement is involved at a need definition stage. Here you can see that the expenses so far have already been incurred to this level, which is quite low, and the overall costs that have been generated during these decision-making processes are also low. So you can see that the potential of procurement savings has gone up from 5% to almost 15%.